Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's Julie at the Paper Bag Lady 1. I almost said good morning because I just finally got out of the shower and dressed, and so it feels like it's morning, but really it is. Oh my, it's almost 1 o'clock here. That's so pathetic. What a lazy day I'm having. Anyway, I have a couple of albums to show you, and these are all three pretty different styles. I know we all kind of tend to have a favorite style that we like the most, that we like to do the most. I love vintage. I like it to be kind of grungy and that sort of thing. But because I sell a lot of my work at craft shows and things, I know that I have to be able to do all different kinds of styles and everything. So I thought I would show you 3 different things today that I've been working on recently and finished. So here's the first one, and these are all 8x8 paper bag albums. This is the first one, and this one is made with Prima paper. It's an old line. I'm not even sure how old it is, but I believe it was called Tradewinds, and I bought this pad of paper at Tuesday Morning like a year at least ago, and have kind of just been holding on to it and not sure what to do with it. And then when I finally started getting this metal, and I have all these copper pieces, I thought that would be perfect in this album. So let's take a look and see how we use the copper and the doilies and the old lace and things like that. So as you can see, I called this album Joy. It's not for my daughter. I just happen to like the word, of course, and it fits on the front. These are big letters, and only a 3-letter word would fit. And so they're just a chipboard letter, and then I embossed them with some embossing powder. And then as you can see, doilies and metal and more doilies and some coffee dyed flowers and whatnot. And then this is some old tatting that I got at an antique mall. And these are just, the pieces that I've cut apart. So let's go inside. And I don't really think there's too much to say about the insides. I mean, you know what I do by now, and you're used to it. We've got a lot of metal, we've got a lot of doilies, we've got a lot of coffee dyed flowers. That's one long piece that I cut in half, and this corner, I believe, is an actual corner piece that was damaged on one end, so I cut it up. We have more corners. I like this. These are my doilies that I cut apart, but this was a strip of it that I did not finish cutting apart yet, so it's kind of like doily trim. I kind of like it. I think I'm going to keep some in a long piece, and so thank you, Paula, for that idea. That was Paula's idea for me to use that as trim. We'll just kind of zip through here. I really like the way this right here looks with the one piece cut in half and then sticking out either end of the flower. I think that's really nice. And I think the colors in this album went perfectly with the copper filigrees, which, again, you can get at Butterbee Scraps on Zibbit. And when I bought this paper, I really wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not. But it turns out I like it with this a lot. So there we go. So that is album number 1, and this is definitely a color scheme and a style that I like to work with. Okay, number 2 is a little bit brighter. I'm not 100% crazy about the cover, but I got these letters out and I just sort of laid them down on it, and they were like all messy looking, and my daughter said, "Oh, that looks cool just like that." So I thought, you know what, for her, I'm going to leave it like that. So we have that. We have some die cuts. These are from Cheeryland Designs, I believe, all these 2 different blue colors. And then inside we just have pockets on every page with a photo mat and then a little journaling spot, and then these are fun little kind of like paper clippy things with the little things, which I think it's meant that you can write on them. I got them at my local Office Max when the one down the street was closing, and as you can imagine, my daughter tried to steal these from me. But I said, no, you can't have them. They're mine. So this paper is Die Cuts with a View. Springtime stack, I think. I don't remember. I bought it. It's not my favorite stack, again. I bought it on clearance. It's kind of busy, but you know what? There's some preteen girl out there or young teenage girl somewhere that is going to love this. So if there's I've learned a lot of things doing this crafty scrapbooky thing, but it is one of them is that everybody likes something different. So even if I don't like it, I mean, some of the albums that I've made that are my least favorite are ones that I've gone to shows and people have loved. So it's completely random, and it's good to step out of your comfort zone and do things that you don't like. I remember when I first started, I was making everything to look grungy and vintage and old, and my husband finally said to me, you know, some people do like bright colors. And that was a really good thing for me to hear. So now I've started doing things with all kinds of color schemes and styles that are not necessarily mine. And then here, this last one is a K & Company paper, I believe. Again, this is a paper that I did not like. I bought it because it had some kind of yellowish in it, yellowish goldish in it, and I had to do a 50th anniversary album, and then I had papers left, and so we cut an album. And then also this one has a lot of little acetate pieces, which I don't like acetate. I'm not sure why somebody invented acetate for the scrapbook without inventing a really good way to adhere it without being able to see the adhesive. I find that very irksome. So most of these are actually adhered with brads. Like, for example, this one has a brad, tucked underneath the flower there. But they're all kind of adhered like that. And this one obviously is for a wedding. It's very simple. There's not pockets, there's not pull-out things. It's just, you know, here, let's put the wedding pictures in there. And I actually, as much as I did not care for this paper, I really like the way it turned out. You can see there with some of the acetate, you can see the little brads that I put in there. There's little teeny tiny mini ones. Use the brads to adhere this acetate too. And you know, honestly, this all came in a pack that coordinates with the paper, which I have to tell you, I don't even know why I bought it, because I don't normally buy those things, but it must have been on sale or clearance or something. And so I bought it, and I'm actually glad that I did, because I like the way they look in here, as frustrating as it is to work with. So there is style number 3. So like I said, 3 very different things, 3 very different color combinations and styles. And as you can see, I still have this baby girl album in the background that I'm working on. I have to embellish it. I think that's what I'll be doing next, is getting out the flowers and embellishing on that. So anyway, I just wanted to show you what I've been up to, which admittedly hasn't been a lot. I've been kind of lazy as far as crafting goes. I don't know why, but I hope I'm getting back into the groove. So one of these days I might actually make something that is not a paper bag album, and I might actually show it to you. But first I have a show next weekend, so I have to make albums and get through that first, and then we'll see what happens. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed taking a look at what I've been up to. Again, if you like the metal filigrees, you can head over to Zibbet to Butterbee Scraps and check those out. And of course I have my doilies on my Etsy, which is the Paper Bag Lady. I am thinking of switching over to Zibbet from Etsy, but that seems like a really huge project. So if I decide to do that, I will let you know. It would be the same name, the Paper Bag Lady. Currently nothing is there, but it's something floating around in my head. Once you start selling a lot on Etsy, the fees kind of get a little high, so kind of like to avoid that if possible. But anyway, I hope everybody has enjoyed. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. I am looking forward to a great weekend here. I have a lot of fun things planned, and I will hopefully see you soon. Bye.